And here we go once again, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds. This is a catch weight, 165 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a judo practitioner standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Weighing in officially 169.5 pounds. His record stands at 3 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Marseille, France, please welcome Aymard Guih. And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet even. He weighed in officially 165.25 pounds, and he brings an even professional record that stands at 9 victories and 9 defeats. Fighting out of and representing Romford, Essex, England, here is Brad, the Crazy Kid Wheeler. Referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
So our very experienced referee for this opening professional fight on the Facebook card is Mark Goddard.
Ready?
Aymard Guih in the black shorts taking on Brad the Crazy Kid Wheeler in the black trunks.
Not a great way to start against Wheeler with your hands down.
Yeah, a lot of good movement early on and a great exchange straight off the bat there.
Great striking by Wheeler. Good in position. Good
job. Yeah. There's the Haragoshi off that headlock. We heard from our MC Joe Martinez, a judo background for Aymard Guih.
What's he going to do with it once he's on the ground? Right now he hasn't done anything with it the first throw. Let's see if he gets his second throw. He's trying to bring it in. Oh, he ends up getting swept down and lands and gets landed on. Wheeler comes in with full mount.
Yeah, good top position for Brad Wheeler. Some explosiveness early on from the Frenchman, but not able to secure that position. But a good rollout here.
Good job holding on to it, waiting for the hips exchange.
Oh, very strong judo Kezigatami here for Aymard Guih, landing a lot of strikes to the head of Brad Wheeler, who does a good job in scrambling out.
Very well versed Aymard is. He did a great job in spinning through, getting back up on top. And now he's getting taken down again. What's he going to do with it? The first time he ended up sweeping it, getting back on top.
Big double from Brad Wheeler. Is that right arm caught a bit of a problem for him here, Frank?
Yeah, but also too, like Aymard can't do anything with it. So Brad's both guys are trying to survive. Once Brad pops his head out, he's going to be fine. Aymard's actually holding on too long in a position that really had no benefit to it.
Brad Wheeler trying to secure this side control here, and he does now. Just 2 minutes in to this first round, and it's Wheeler again with the mount. Tremendous pace from these two. What would be lightweights were this not a catch weight encounter.
Jeez, Aymard does a great job. Just does a front roll and ends up spinning halfway through.
Triangle from Brad Wheeler.
Coming in tight.
Oh, a very strong posture from the Frenchman to escape that submission attempt. Guih with double overhooks now.
Guih almost just falls to the ground, and half his defense is, I'll just give up the takedown because I know I'm going to end up back on top again. That's his whole game from the bottom, is to get back on top.
Yeah, it was very, very strange, I have to say, that takedown from Wheeler, double underhooks. Not having to put too much effort in securing the top position. He's got mount once again. Let's see if he can make it pay here as we move towards the last 2 minutes. Guih just content to hold on here, Frank. Much higher mount now for Brad Wheeler. He needs to try and push on the head, create some separation and make those opportunities to strike.
If he punches him in the ear about 3 or 4 times, he'll let go. Wow, nice elbows in there.
Oh yeah, strong elbows to the top of the head. And Guih realizing he needs to do something and move. Wheeler searching for the back and immediately looking for the choke. Brad Wheeler again searching for the submission from the back. Good back control now. He tries to flatten his opponent out.
Steering with those arms, push your hips straight down, get him flat, and start digging for that chin.
Very high up on his opponent though. See if Guih can clear that hook. Try and turn to his right. Last minute here in this opening round, and it's, apart from a few flashes at the very start, all been Brad Wheeler with the top control. Whizzer now to stop that left underhook of Guih. At least he's trying to be offensive here, Frank. He's up on his side, he's looking to work.
He's just clasping his hands, though. He's got a lockdown with that leg on the half guard. He's not really, there he goes. Now he's coming to say, he's really not moving. He's got to explode out of it quicker. He did right when I was about to say it. But still gives up his back again.
Well, both guys had opportunities there to take their back in that scramble. Once again, it's Brad Wheeler who emerges with the dominant position. Final few seconds there. Fairly decisive first round at the end for Brad Wheeler, I feel, Frank.
Yeah, very decisive. He controlled the entire pace, controlled the top game. All the scrambling was essentially from him. Got to put together, and he really did a great job. I'm really impressed with the way that Wheeler came out after this game. He's stepping and he's pushing forward, but every time he pushes forward, Aymard is able to roll him over and take him down. Even when he pushes forward on top in the ground and pound, he's got to be very, very careful in this position. Looking for a triangle, but gets forced out of it.
Yeah, lovely,
very easy.
Lovely triangle transition there from Brad Wheeler. It was textbook, but so was the escape from the Frenchman. Here was that mount position at the end of the round. Long way still to go in this fight. Never really in a dull match is Brad Wheeler, is he, Frank?
No, he's always in a very exciting match. Whether he's winning or losing, he always brings it every time.
Go on the floor. Stand up.
Well, this is just a snippet of the action you can get from us in July. Cage Warriors 57, Liverpool Echo Arena, just 2 short weeks away. Paul Daly in that main event. Danny Roberts, Bruno Carvalho.
Talking about being in a non-boring fight ever. Paul Daly, man, that guy knows how to throw.
Catch that one, July 20th. Tonight, though, we move into the second round of this catchweight contest. Brad Wheeler versus Aymard Guih. Very interesting strikes there from Guih.
He's trying to throw elbows, short punches with elbows.
Oh, he catches a couple of Brad Wheeler, but we know Wheeler's tough. He looks as though he was going for a throw momentarily, but they're double underhooks. They're going to move to the back or get the trip.
Jumping back instead of taking him out of the ground is very interesting to me. I don't know why he doesn't put him to the ground first and sit him, then jump on his back. He's spending a lot of energy sitting up on top here.
Standing body triangle from Brad Wheeler. Guih, I think it's fair to say, is in a bit of trouble here. Leaning against the cage to try and take some of the weight away. And trying to wrist fight at the moment. It's going to be very interesting to see how this position progresses. You do occasionally see standing back control, but not so much with the body triangle.
And it rarely works unless you can get a rear naked choke in very, very quickly, which obviously Wheeler didn't. And that position is tough to tell who expended more energy. Did Guih expend more energy by standing up against the cage and leaning on it, or did Wheeler expend more energy by holding on with the body triangle?
Good control here up against the cage for Brad Wheeler. Few knees to the legs. He's still got the control of the body with those underhooks though, but not able to secure another takedown as of yet. Wheeler, very gutsy fighter. 5 of his 9 losses are by decision, so a tough man to stop.
Wow. If Guih actually had a punch, he's throwing, if he knows he's not turning his hips or turning his shoulders at all, it's almost like wrestling punches. When a guy comes from wrestling and immediately steps in MMA, the first way he punches is arm punching, and that's exactly what Guih is doing. But he's still landing these punches.
Well, he tried the spinning back elbow and he's given up Body control again to Brad Wheeler. See if Guih tries to scrape him off the fence here.
Guih's doing a really good job of grabbing onto the cage when Mark Goddard's not looking. He's doing a really good job of. He really is. He's doing. It's amazing how well he's keeping the ref. He really knows where the ref is at all times and getting a hold of the cage. And that last takedown right there, he would have been on the canvas if he didn't grab onto the cage.
Well, Wheeler tried the high single. Unsuccessful. Back to a 50-50 pommeling situation here. 2 minutes left in this second round. We're going the full 3 5s in this professional catchweight contest.
See, there he goes again. And we saw it on camera that time. Guih grabbed onto the cage, but unfortunately, it didn't go left or right. He went up and down and got caught anyway, even though he's holding on to the cage. He still got taken down.
Do remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Cage Warriors. Let us know what you think of this evening's show. Use the hashtag CWFC56.
Nice high mount, good position. Can jump into a triangle if he wants to at this point. He's giving him a hand, he's giving him an arm if he wants to take a hold of it.
Quarter guard restored for Aymard Guih. But not too explosive at this stage in the fight. Very easy for Wheeler just to ride out this top position, keep his weight bearing down.
Good position, trying to push past right now, trying to get that knee all the way down. Now he's got the arm trapped. What's he going to do with it? Wheeler needs to sit up a little bit higher. He's in a position now where his strength is going to help him in this position because he's really, really stretched out. And he gives up the arm, as you can see. Gave up that underhook over on the leg.
Yeah, Guih trying to lock down the leg. He's actually looking down on the outside of the leg, which is not typically how you would see that position. Wheeler trying to use that instep to pry the knee free.
You want to stay there, guys? You'll show me work.
Referee Mark Goddard asking the fighters to persist and try and progress the positions.
I kind of get the sense that if Guih can't get a sweep or reversal in this position, he wants to stand back up again anyway. So for him, it's a good position to have Goddard in there yelling, you know, get moving, we're going to get standing back up again, because he wants to.
Not bad.
Second round in the books here. Another long portion of control from Brad Wheeler. If you're in the corner of Aymard Guih, what are you saying to him now, Frank?
You got to double up, triple up on your punches. When you throw, you got to end up on top and keep him from throwing hooks over. Every time that he tries to take down Brad Wheeler, he gets caught because he lets him throw a hook in somehow. That's what happened, how he got him his back control right here. They allow him to throw a hook in. You got to clear leg hooks all the time. Don't let him get those leg hooks in. He's going to keep you in that position. Then you got to go ahead and step forward, and every time you hit him, try to double up, triple up on the punching volume. Not just one jab or two jabs. Try to throw some right hands in there as well.
Guih was not without his moments, was he? He did land a few punches. There just wasn't really too much pop on them.
Like I said, if he knew how to punch a little bit better, he probably could have put Wheeler on the canvas if he knew how to turn over, because he's super strong, but just didn't make it happen because he didn't know how to turn his hip and turn his shoulder, which is unfortunate.
Seconds out here. We move into the third and final round of our opening Facebook prelim here at Cage Warriors 56. Brad, the Crazy Kid Wheeler, in the black Vale Tudo shorts, taking on Aymard Guih in the black board shorts. And a good right cross landed by Guih there.
But he's standing left-handed. So he's standing, he's got his right leg in front, and he hit him nice and solid. Ended up being just a floating hook, nice and light. He's got a good position, good training. And right here, he's got a good throw from here if he wants to use it. Just got to turn his hips over. You can tell that Wheeler's starting to, oh wow, good trip.
Well, it's been Wheeler who's had the most success with the trips in the early portions of this fight, but it's Guih with his first portion of good top position here. And Brad Wheeler, full guard now. He does have a very active guard game. Had a fantastic win recently against Merv Mulholland at Cage Warriors 52. Triangle very, very early on in that first round.
Goes out the fence, goes out the fence.
Armbar now.
Oh, he had it, but Guih is so strong, he just stood up and powered his way out of it.
Now look at the difference here, Frank. Look how quickly Brad Wheeler used that underhook, got on his side and tried to reverse the position in half guard. Didn't give Guih a chance to settle whatsoever.
And that's what you have to do if you're in a position you're not familiar with or don't want to be in. You have to have constant motion and constant movement to get the guy out of there or to get yourself out of the way as well.
Wheeler looking to progress this position, see if he can earn himself another mount here.
I can't tell if Wheeler's bleeding or if it's just the blood from Guih that's wiping off on his face and shoulder. Nope, Wheeler's got a cut.
Yeah,
Wheeler has a cut. From my angle, I can see the cut over his left brow.
A few shots had built up in the earlier rounds. Not letting it bother him just yet. Guih with good control of the ankle of Wheeler.
Well, almost kicked him in the face with his knee down.
Well, that's quite a substantial cut, Frank.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to bother him at all. He barely even notices it. He's not wiping the blood away, so it's not affecting his vision either.
Do you think that was the right cross in the opening 10 seconds of this round? I can't see what else it was.
I can't think of any other position that Guih had a position where he could have caught Wheeler at any point.
Well, I wonder if this has spurred the Frenchman on as he pushes forward, trying to land strikes. Wheeler on the back foot for what is probably the first time in this contest.
Oh, wow, he's cut him 3 of those punches. One was flush.
And Wheeler chooses very sensibly to try and slow that onslaught. Looking to get around the hips.
Gets
Good
him down.
takedown.
Good position. Good snap, pulling the legs underneath. Keeps his hips down all the way. He could have passed. When you get a takedown, you want to get past at least a half guard if that's your position, or all the way past if that's where you prefer to be. It just depends on where you like to fight from on top game. So Wheeler, as we've seen earlier in this fight, he likes to get all the way past the side. He should have went to side control right away in that takedown. He had the position.
And again, he steps over to mount. He almost turns it into an iron cross before pushing that knee through. Feet tucked underneath now, and only a minute and a half left for Guih to try and do something here in this match.
Oh, good catch, bringing his knee up. Wheeler did a good job of bringing his knee up to go ahead and block out that leg. He's in the triangle now.
Just a bit too loose, but he immediately hips up again. Successive triangle attempts for Brad Wheeler. Looking to possibly go for a leg lock. Oh, and coming out to the back. Lovely groundwork from the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt.
Well-versed, very comfortable in this position, understands the game and understands pressure. So he knew which way to go to turn it over to tables in his favor. Now, though, he's got to keep moving forward and get past his guard. He needs to keep making Guih look a little tired, look a little ridiculous to keep the judges voting in his favor.
Body triangle again for Brad Wheeler. As he cinches it a little tighter, trying to flatten his man out once more. Last 30 seconds here. It's fair to say there's been quite a pace on this fight. Not too many periods of downtime and rest for these fighters.
Either guy, they're both making it happen. They're both trying to push it. And unfortunately, Brad Wheeler's had a longer training camp. He's been training the entire time. We have no idea what Guih was doing. Was he trained just a little bit? I mean, obviously, if you're not in training camp, you're not training super hard, and it showed later in his fight.
Well, he did fight just only a month ago, so perhaps not enough turnaround time for him here. I think I know which way you're going to lean, Frank, but let us know what you thought about that fight overall.
I really like the way that that Brad Wheeler went into this fight, came and brought the game, but I'm really impressed with Guih. You couldn't put him away. Of course, we're always impressed with Wheeler every time we see him fight. Took a lot of punches to the head, never gives up, uses jiu-jitsu to his best of his ability, but Guih just was not in shape, was not able to punch enough, didn't really have enough game to go ahead and take over. That's just how it worked. He could have done a lot more. You see him landing these punches, but he wasn't rotating his shoulder and his hips, and he could have dropped right down with his right hand to get a stronger punching it, but used his left hand instead for almost some jab punches from on top, but it still allowed Wheeler to go ahead and move out of there.
It is the man showing the more damage is Brad Wheeler, and Aymard Guih is yelling into the camera. He feels he's done enough to take this fight, but it is going to go to the judges as we await the decision here. Just a reminder, obviously, we mentioned Cage Warriors 57 coming up in Liverpool. The following month, Cage Warriors 58, we're going to be heading to Grozny, the capital of Chechnya, August 24th. You can follow us on that excursion. And now we're going to throw it over to our MC, Joe Martinez, who has our official judges' decision.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges have it 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Brad the Crazy Kid Wheeler.